Let's discuss the rules and the regulations of volleyball for 7th standard. My name is Christopher and I'm here from LPSAVANI VIDHYABHAVAN. I'm here to guide you on the basic rules of volleyball. For men and women, the ground is divided and the net height is different. For men, the height of the net is 2 meters 43 centimeters. And for women, the height of the net is 2 meters 24 centimeters. So, coming back to the game and the basic skills, here I got a small video clip which will guide you on how this game is played. A volleyball ground is a rectangle ground which is having 18 meters by 9 meters in length. This ground is then divided into two parts with a net which stretches from one part of the ground to the other side of the ground. On this ground, there are 12 playing members, out of which 6 are on either side, having 3 players at the net line and 3 players on either side at the end line of the ground. Now, during this game, there is a service where one of the players at the end line to the right side corner serves the ball to the opposite team. While serving the ball to the opposite team, he has to make sure that the ball goes over the net to the opposite side of the team. Now, let's go back to it. Now, in case the player dare not send the ball across the net, like you saw before, the opposite team gets a chance to serve the ball. Or if he crosses the end line, also the opposite team gets a chance to send the ball. Then, if the ball crosses the net, then the opposite team gets 3 chances to play the ball, to send the ball over the net. Now, how points are maintained or gained? First, when the player of the opposite team hits the ball in the opposite side's court. Second, when the player hits the ball and the opposite team is not able to send the ball to the playing side, they get the point. Now, how they lose the point is, first, when the player sends the ball and the ball does not cross the net. For example, the player loses the chance. That's the first thing. Second time, when the opposite team sends the ball across. One skill, basic skill, service, underarm service. In this, the player needs to toss the ball slightly up in the air, about 6 inches, and then hits the ball in with whichever hand he is comfortable or she is comfortable with. For example, if a player is a right-handed player with holding the ball in the left hand, the player can toss the ball and hit it with the right hand over the net. Overhand service is in this also, every player having a right hand or left hand, depending on the comfortable hand, can do the same, but tossing the ball with the left hand up in the air and hitting the ball, as you can see in this posture, hitting the ball over the net so that the ball can go to the next skill is setting. Is done by pushing the ball above the head so that the other player of this own team can play the ball well. Now this is done just before smashing, or when the opposite player hits the ball. You can see in this image the player's got the hands above the head and pushes the ball up into the air or passes it to one of his players so that they can hit the ball with a comfortable motion and a fast motion. This movement helps in giving smash. I hope this image is clear. So very neatly the person just pushes the ball in the air. This is called setting. You can even do this during the game for placing the ball in the opposite player's side of the court to get points. Spiking. Spiking can be done by jumping up and swinging the stronger hand hard on the ball into the opposite team side to gain points. This is called also smash, or this spiking can also be done in the service form thing. Now here you can see the player very neatly comes close to the net, takes a jump and just swings his hand or her hand hard on the ball to get a very strong hit on the ball, so that the ball can come downwards towards the other side's team's ground. In this way, the thing is called smash or spiking. This can also be done by simply placing the ball on the opposite team's side.